Hi, my name is Natalee Facey, and I am the creator of a program called Coaching for Birth Warriors, which supports women or birthing people who've experienced a pregnancy loss, an infant loss, or infertility. So, birth warriors, I support them in their healing and help them to prepare for their next pregnancy. I am also a member of the Daily Success School. I've been with the program for a while and can say without a doubt that it has definitely set me on the path that I'm on right now, which involves essentially running a business. When I started with the program, I was just looking to be better with my time, managing my time better. I did have a coaching practice on the side, but wasn't paying a lot of attention to it because there was so much energy and time that was going into my full time job. And I would say that I also didn't believe that I could have a coaching practice. I didn't believe that I could have a thriving business on the side because my mindset just wasn't there. And I was focused on working full time for the company that I was working for at that time. Um, so many changes have happened in my life and in my experience since being a part of the program. I would say the biggest shift has been now knowing for sure that I can run a business and actually running a business with the support of a team, which I also learned to do from the Daily Success School. I think that anyone can run a business. Each person has the ability to run a business. What's often missing is that we don't actually have the system to do that. And once you have the system and the guidance, then you get to do the thing that you want to do versus have an expensive hobby that you're putting money into and not being able to have that reward you in a financial way, or not even have that be able to be sustainable because there's nothing that you're earning from it. So what I've learned through this program is that I get to do the work that I love to do. I get to support people in their healing. I get to wake up every day and be excited about what I'm doing. And I get to make that something that is sustainable, something that I can continue to do, hopefully for a really long time. Um, some of the benefits of being in the program. So if I were to compare the program with something that's like a pre-recorded thing that you buy, let's say you buy like, I don't know, whatever other program that's like pre-recorded and you do on your own time, which I've definitely done that. The difference with that is that you don't have a person there who's holding you accountable. You don't have a person there who you can ask questions of along the way, because a lot of things are going to come up for you while you're going through whatever that course is that you could look to buy. You're going to have questions. You're going to have questions about how that applies to your business in particular. And so being in the Daily Success program where you actually have a coach that's with you every step of the way, that ensures that you're not learning by failing, you're not learning by making mistakes. You actually have the proven method to do that. And that's like that's such high value. Um, what else? You'll have to cut this part out. Let's see what else. Yes, the other thing that I would say is just deciding to become an entrepreneur. Firstly, like as women, a lot of us don't have evidence of that, of successful women entrepreneurs. Um, a lot of us don't have evidence of successful entrepreneurs who are people of color. And so there is already so much mental stuff that's going on, so that you're convinced that you might not actually succeed, so that you're convinced that you're kind of crazy and that eventually you'll fail, but you're just like giving yourself time, right? But eventually it might not work out. So that might be in the back of your mind. And I would say that it takes a lot of time and it takes repeated effort to overcome that. So, being in the program, many of the shifts that I have made have been mindset shifts. moving from a place of believing, all right, this isn't possible. All right, maybe it's possible. All right, it's possible for me. Is it possible for me in the way that I want to express myself in the world? All right, check. That's also possible. Is it possible for me so that I can make a sustainable income? Just like all of these different blockages and barriers that you have to work through. And when you're in a long program, like something that is with you every step of the way for the length of like a full year, when you're in that, it means that you get to work through all of that. So, what I've noticed in my life personally, which extend into my business, it's really the mental blockages that are in my way more than anything else. And so when I'm able to, firstly, Jamila, no joke, like when she like sees the crap, when she sees the negative belief, when she sees the mindset block, when she sees the barrier, she's going to call it out, which I'm definitely grateful for. And it's necessary. It's not always comfortable, but it's necessary. So when she sees that and calls that out, then you get to work on it and you're getting like tools and practices to work through that. And then by the next time you meet, you have to report on the progress that you've been making, you know? The other thing that's really cool is that you're also surrounded by other women who have similar goals. They have the goals of creating a business that they want and being breadwinners. And it's not an environment where any of us are like catty towards each other or any of us are like um, jealous or have any like negative vibe towards each other. I think that's the stereotype that's often projected of women in the media, you know, in magazines or, you know, movies or whatever. But we're also collaborative. We're sharing resources with each other. We're actually partnering with each other on projects. We are each other's clients or test subjects or just like always partnering with each other. When I find a resource, I'm sending it to the other members. When they find a resource or a contact or a lead, they're sending it to me. So it's really also having this mastermind group, this cohort that you're growing with and learning with, and you're celebrating your success with them. Like, I think within our culture today, that's something that we really are missing because the world outside might feel superficial or we don't have the opportunity to make these really authentic connections with people who have similar goals as us. So highly recommend the program for so many reasons. um, and in terms of for people who are just joining, things that they should be mindful of, um, obviously, if you're thinking of joining, it means that you are ready to get your business to another level. It means that you've probably explored things such as those, like uh, automated courses, those pre recorded courses that might not have worked. I would say that you should probably prepare to be uncomfortable because growth is uncomfortable. You're expanding into new territory. But even while you're preparing to be uncomfortable, it's not an environment where anything is harsh. It's just kind of like, having ahas and having your mind blown because you realize that you've been doing it really wrong all along and there's a much easier way to do it. But also having to do the work. So it's not just like learning the system, let me take notes during this session and then I'm good. It's like going to work. It's having the conversation with the client. It's like just like all the things that you avoid doing because you don't think you have the ability to do it. But then you do it and then you're like, oh, snap. I'm doing it. I've got it. I can actually run a business. So, yeah, welcome. I would say if you're thinking of it, definitely join, definitely be a part of the gang, be a part of the tribe and watch your business grow from where it is now to levels that you didn't even expect were possible. All right.